So today we have 3-inch arches, normal thrust and radial shear. Now today we will go with three problems for this normal thrust and radial shear. So normal thrust means where we have to determine this normal thrust and radial shear. So we have to draw a line which is normal, that is tangential at that section, and radial shear is perpendicular to the normal thrust. So we have to plot these two lines and then we have to resolve the forces at that point along normal thrust and radial shear. Now we will go with first problem. So we have 3-inch parabolic arch, span 25 meter, central rise 8 meter. The arch carries UDL 10 kilonewton per meter over left half of the span. So we have to draw first the diagram. So we have this arch, UDL 10 kilonewton per meter, 8 meter rise. What we have to find? We have to find out normal thrust and radial shear at 5 meter from left hand support. So now we will have to go first reaction. We have 4 reaction, VA, HA, VB and HB. So now we will go with total load 10 into 12.5 because we have total span 25 meter, half of the span we have UDL, so 10 into 12.5 and it will act at 6.25 meter from support A. Now we will take moment about A0. So we have minus VB into 25 anti-clockwise plus 125 into 6.25 and that is equal to 0. So solving this we are going to get VB 31.25 kilonewtons. Once we know VB 31.25 kilonewton, we will find HB. So we have to take moment about C0 and we will consider right part. So we have only two terms on right side of C. One is VB, another is HB. So we have 31.25 into 12.5 because we have considered right part. So anti-clockwise plus minus HB into 8 due to HB and that is equal to 0. Gives me value of HB 48.83 kilonewtons. Now we will go with summation Fx equal to 0. So we have Fx 0 as HA minus HB and that is equal to 0 because we do not have any horizontal force on this. So we will get HA 48.83 kilonewton towards the right and we have HB that is 48.83 kilonewton towards the left. So we have values plus, so whatever direction we have shown in the diagram, these directions are correct. Now we will go Fy0 which will gives me value of Va. So Va plus Vb minus 125 equal to 0. So total load we have 125. So we will get Va plus Vb minus 125 equal to 0. And we will get Va 93.75 kilonewton. Now we will show all these reaction on the arch. So we have Va 93.75, HA 48.83, HB 48.83 and we have VB 31.25 kilonewton. Once we know all these reactions, now we can go for normal thrust and radial shear, which we have to find at 5 meter from left end A, where we have mentioned it as point D. So we have this XX section that is at 5 meter and we are interested to find out normal thrust and radial shear at 5 meter. Now we have to find 5 meter left support, so we will consider only portion left of this 5 meters. Now we will consider this. So we have left of 5 meter 93.75, 48.83. So 8 meter we have 5 meters and then we have to find out reactions at D. So let we have VD and HD be the reactions which are at D. Now how we will consider these directions? So these directions we have to consider positive, or if you are in position to give correct direction is always advisable. So we always go with correct direction. Correct direction means we know HA is towards right. So my HD should be towards left. Now we have VA 93.75 upward and we have UDL 50. So obviously VD should be downward. Then only we will get 50 plus VD and that will be 93.75. So now we will go for this. So summation Fy we will apply first. So we have VA minus VD minus 10.5 equal to 0. And if we will substitute value of VA in this, then I will get this value VD as 43.75 kilonewtons. Now I got value plus means whatever direction I have assumed, that direction of VD is correct. I need not require to change the direction and therefore it is advisable to give correct direction. Now apply Fx0. So we have HA minus HD equal to 0 and that will gives me value of HD and that value of HD should be towards left because we have assumed towards left and value we are going to get as plus and therefore we are going to get this value as 48.83 kilonewton towards left. Now once I know these values I will show over here and I will draw normal thrust and radial shear lines on this. So we have normal thrust which is normal or tangential to point D and radial shear we have perpendicular to this. So now how we will get values of normal thrust and radial shear? So we are going to find the component of these reactions along normal thrust and component of these reactions along radial shear. And that will gives me normal thrust and radial shear. So now you can see I will remove everything and keep only two axes normal thrust radial shear and two forces 43.75 and 48.83 but that forces we will show along its line of action. That means you can see normal thrust radial shear. So we have plus sign. So opposite I have minus. And then we have 48.83. Now see, I have shown that is in left side because its line of action is on in opposite coordinate. And then we have this will be 43.75 kilonewtons. Now we have to resolve this. Just I mentioned we have to resolve these forces along normal thrust and radial shear. So for this I require angle of inclination. So theta, how we will go for this? We know y. As we know y, we can simplify x. I have taken inside the bracket because we have to find the slope of this normal thrust, that is angle theta, and therefore we have to go for dy by dx. Therefore x is taken inside the bracket and if we will take derivative of this, then I will get dy by dx equal to tan theta 4h upon L square in bracket. Now Lx becomes L minus 2x. Now we have to find this value at x equal to 5 meter because we have to find out normal thrust and radial shear at 5 meters. So theta we have to find at 5 meters. And substituting these values, so we have tan theta is 4 into 8, h is 8 meter upon span is 25. So 25 square in bracket 25 minus 2 into 50 and that you can see that will gives you value 37.52. Now you show this value for normal thrust. Now you take components of. So if you will go for component, so now you can see 48.83 will gives negative component for normal thrust and 43.75 also give negative component for normal thrust. So we have to add these and we will get normal thrust that is with minus sign and we have minus 48.83 cos because angle is with normal thrust. So angle along normal is cos and 43.75 angle is with radial shear. So we have sine when calculating normal thrust and we have this value minus 65.37 kilonewton. That means it is acting in downward direction. That shows your minus sign. Radial shear. Now we have for radial shear 48.83 gives positive radial shear and 43.75 gives negative radial shear. And now we will just put these values. So due to 48.83 plus and 43.75 minus, and that will gives me value as minus 4.96 kilonewton. Now I know these values. Minus means here also we have downward. So you can show these values. So do not use any formula that is h cos theta plus v sin theta or v sin theta minus h cos theta. You show the forces, you draw it, and you take the components, and that you show in which direction it acts. That's all. So this is first problem where we have taken UDL, that is in left part, and normal thrust and radial shear we have calculated only. Now we will switch over to the second problem where we have this problem, and now you can see the diagram. We have taken 50 kilonewton toward in right part, and we have to find out normal thrust radial shear in left part. So this is second. We have taken load is on one side and we are interested to find it on other side. Now we have to go first for reactions. So we have VA, VB, HA, HB. Now in the same fashion, so this 50 kilonewton is acting at 18 meter from A. Now we will go moment about A0, and we have minus VB into 24 plus 50 into 80, and that is equal to 0. Gives me VB 37.5 kilonewton. Now once I know this VB, I can find VA. So summation Fy0. So we have VA plus VB minus 50 equal to 0 gives me value of VA is 12.5 kilonewton, because we have VB 37.5 kilonewtons. So now knowing value of VA and value of VB, we have to find HA and HB. So we will take moment about C0 and we will consider left part. So if I will consider left part, I have to show only left part forces and reactions. So unknown is only HA. I have not taken right part. If I will consider right part, then we have to consider 50 also over there. So just try to avoid number of terms in the calculation so that it becomes easy, and we can reduce our, or we can minimize our mistakes. So now moment about C0 left part. So take moment 12.5 into 12. So we have total 24 meter span. So moment about C, that comes 12. So this will be clockwise minus HA into 4, and that is equal to 0. Gives me value of HA 37.5 kilonewton. And we have assumed towards right value is plus. So we have this is towards right. Now once I know this value of HA, I can find value of HB by summation Fx0. HA minus HB equal to 0 gives me HB 37.5 kilonewton, but towards left, because we have assumed towards left and value is plus, so it is towards left. Now I will show all these forces in this arch. So we have this. Now we have to take at 6 meters section XX, and we have to consider left part because we are interested to find normal thrust and radial shear at D. You can take right part also, but it becomes difficult. We have to take all the loads. Instead of this, left part becomes easy. Now normal thrust and radial shear at 6 meter from left supports. So now we will consider only portion which is left of XX. So we have 12.5, 37.5. Now we have reactions over here. We have VD, we have HD. So we have these two reactions, and by using Fx0, Fy0, we are in position to find out value of HD, VD. Now you can see here we do not have any other forces. So whatever VD, that is equal to VA, whatever HD, that is equal to 37.5. So just write down the equations and find value of HD and value of VD. So we have this value VD. So VD is 12.5 kilonewton. Fx equal to 0. So we have this value of HD, and that value of HD is 37.5 kilonewtons. So now we have value of HA, we have value of HD. So we have VD, VA. So now we have to find at D only. So we will consider normal thrust and radial shear at point D. That is normal thrust tangential to it, radial shear perpendicular to it. So we have these only forces we will show over here, and that is according to their coordinate 37.5 and 12.5. So now we have to resolve these forces along normal thrust and radial shear, and that will give us values of normal thrust and radial shear at point G. So now we have to resolve it. So now again we know to resolve it, we should know angle theta of normal thrust with horizontal. So we have y. So we can have 4h upon L square Lx minus x square, and if we will take derivative of this, then we are going to get this value in this fashion. Now once we know this, we can find tan theta, because we have to find value at 6 meter from left. So we have to substitute value of x equal to 6 meter. Remaining values we know. So we will substitute these values. So h is 4, L is 24. By substituting these values in the equation, that will give us value of tan theta. And this value of theta we are going to get 18.43. Now once I know this value, I have to mark it to normal thrust, that is angle with horizontal. Now I know 18.43. Now I will take components of 37.5 and 12.5. Now again, as in the last problem, we have same situation. So 37.5 gives negative component along normal thrust and positive component along radial shear, whereas 12.5 gives negative component along normal thrust and negative component along radial shear. So radial 12.5 gives both negative component, but 37.5 gives radial shear as positive component. Now we will write the equation. So we have normal thrust. So we have minus 37.5 cos 18.43, and then we have minus 12.5 sin 18.43 gives us minus 39.53 kilonewtons. So this will be normal thrust minus sign shows it is in downward direction. Now we will go radial shear. So 37.5 gives plus, and that will be sine component, and 12.5 gives minus, which will be cos components, and that will give us value at 0. Now we have to plot it. Normal thrust we have along downward direction, and radial shear we have 0. You can show direction or you do not show direction, that doesn't matter. Our magnitude is 0, so the direction doesn't matter, or that is not required. So we have normal thrust and we have radial shear. So we have, this will be second type problem where we have taken concentrated load. In first we have taken UDL. Now we will go to the next problem, in which we are going to consider combination of these two, and then we are going to find out the normal thrust and radial shear, which will be our third problem. Now you can see, you can read, we have UDL 30 kilonewton per meter over left half of the span, and we have concentrated load 50 kilonewton at 15 meter from right part, and we have rise 8 meter and normal thrust radial shear we have to find, that is at 10 meter from right hand support. So total span is given as 40 meters. So we have to first draw the diagram. So we can have this diagram. So combination, whatever it may be, we need not require to afraid of it. We have to simply find reactions, then find out reactions at support A, at support B, then find out reactions at the point where you require normal thrust and radial shear. So now we will go for this. So we have 4 reactions. So we will show these 4 reactions which we have to calculate. Now when diagram is not given, then you can directly go for free body diagram, where you need not require to show the supports, you can directly show the reactions. So now we have VA, we have HA, we have VB, we have HB. So now total load we have 30 into 20, which will be 600 kilonewton. Where it will act at 10 meters. So total UDL span we have 20 meters. So it will act at half of it, and that we are going to get at 10 meter from left support. Now once I know this, then I will start with moment about A0, because UDL is there, so it becomes easy to take moment about A0. So minus VB into 40 we have, then we have due to load plus 30 into 20, that is 600 into 10, and due to 50 we have plus 50 into 30, because this 50 kilonewton acts at 10 meter from right supports. So we have 40, that is total load we have 50 into 30, and that will be equal to 0, and that will gives me VB as 187.5 kilonewtons. So knowing this value, so VB is 87.5 kilonewton. Actually concentrated load we are acting at 10 meter, and we have to find normal thrust and radial shear at 15 meters. So there we have values, that is 50 kilonewton at 10 meter, and we have to find normal thrust and radial shear at 15 meter. So that two values actually are interchanged. So now we can have VB 87.5, we can find value of VA by just using Fi0. So VA plus VB minus 600 minus 50, and that is equal to 0. So knowing these values, we can find value of VA. So we have value of VA, that is equal to 462.5 kilonewtons. So knowing value of VB, knowing value of VA, we have vertical reactions. Now we will go for horizontal reaction. We will take moment about C0. Now we will take right part, because in left we have UDL, so it is preferable to consider concentrated load part. So we have in this one. So if we will take moment, so we have 187.5 into 20, that is due to vertical reaction. Then we have minus HB into 8, and then we have due to 50, which is again minus 50 into 10, because we have clockwise minus and anti-clockwise plus, we have considered right part. So that is equal to 0, gives me value of HB 406.25 kilonewton towards the left, because we got value plus and we have assumed towards left, so our value is 406.25 kilonewton towards left. Now knowing these values, we can go Fx0, so HA minus HB equal to 0, and that will gives me value of HA 406.25, value we got plus, and we have considered right side, so our direction is also correct. So now we will show these values. So we have these values. So we have HA, HB 406.25 kilonewton, VA 462.5 kilonewton, VB 187.5 kilonewton. We have to find normal thrust radial shear at D, which is 15 meter from right support. So we will go to this part. So section we have taken at XX section, and we have normal thrust and radial shear at 15 meter from right support. So when we have to find it from right support, so we have to consider preferably that is right part. So I will consider only right part, that is of XX. So we have 187.5, 406.25, 50 kilonewton, and then we have to find out the reactions at D. Now you can see 187.5 upward, and we are only 50 downward, so automatically VD should be downward, and 406.25 towards left, so automatically we have H 406.25 towards right. So I will show accordingly this direction. So once I know this, then we can have Fy0, so VD, then plus 50, because we have considered right side, so right side we have downward plus, upward minus, and therefore we have minus VB equal to 0, and therefore we have VD, that we are going to get 137.5 kilonewton plus, means whatever direction we have assumed downward, that direction is correct. Once I know this direction, I can find Fx0 by using Fx0 HD value. So we have HA minus HD equal to 0, no horizontal force is acting on it, gives me value of HD 406.25 kilonewton, which will be towards right. Once I know all the reactions, then I will show all these reactions on this right part, and we have these reactions in this way. Now I will show normal thrust line, and then I will show radial shear line. Normal thrust, that is tangential to D, and radial shear perpendicular to the normal thrust. So now we have to find out the components of 406.25 and 137.5 along normal thrust radial shear. So I will consider only that part. So we have this, and to resolve actually we require angle. So we have this Y, then we have simplified it, then dy by dx, then we have this formula same, and from this we have calculated value of tan theta. So once I know tan theta 11.31 degrees, now I will show right part only with reactions at D. So we have, this will be normal thrust, we have radial shear. So now knowing normal thrust, radial shear, their sign conventions, we have radial shear plus normal thrust plus, and then we will show the angle 11.31 degrees. I will show the reactions. So you can see 406.25 acting towards right. So I have shown towards right, and then I will take component. Now you can see 406.25 will give both component plus, that is normal thrust also plus, radial shear also plus. But 137.5 gives normal thrust plus, but radial shear minus. So we will show this. So we have normal thrust. So we have plus component, cos component of 406.25, and then sine component of 137.5, and that will give value 425.33 kilonewtons. Similarly, I will go radial shear, and that radial shear we have 406.25 sine component, and that will be plus, and 137.5 we have cos component, but that will be minus, and that will gives me value as minus 55.16 kilonewtons. So now I know both the values. So knowing these both values, we can show it radial shear downward 55.16 and normal thrust in downward direction, that is also 425.33 kilonewtons. So we have these problems, that is normal thrust, radial shear, and we have to consider accordingly sign conventions. We have to consider, do not use any formula h cos theta, v sin theta, or likewise. That formulas are not applied every time. So avoid it, and then we will go for calculations of normal thrust and radial shear. So today we will stop here only. So next time we will go for conjugate beam.